4 full moons. Welcome back. Now the topic for today would be the law of attraction. How do you attract things that you want in life? Well, I've talked about this in many of my previous videos, but I'm going to put it all into perspective here. Now the law of attraction, there's lots of different aspects to it. But it's simple. First, let's start with music. When you're listening to a song, you're actually downloading so much information. Now, let's say that the songwriter says, "I'm riding down the hill on a bike." Now, what your subconscious mind is doing is downloading that music and perceiving that as already happening in your mind. So now what's happening is you listen to that song that says, "I'm riding down the hill with a bike." Now your subconscious mind is perceiving that as real, and now you're attracting that into your life. And within a couple weeks you might find yourself riding down the hill on a bike with that song in the back of your head saying, "I'm riding down the hill on a bike." Now, it works the same with negative music. If someone's rapping about negative things like having a broken heart and screaming and all this stuff, and just rapping about things, your subconscious mind is perceiving that as real. So now you're attracting that into your life. It's not just a matter of words that you use, but it's also the music you listen to, and a lot of people don't know this. Now, I realized this when I recorded a negative rap album years and years and years ago. My negative rap album was basically me putting on this persona of negativity because I was naive at the time. But it was still what led me to realize the power of music. So I rapped about a lot of negative things, not realizing that 2 months later I'd go back and listen to it, and all of the things I was rapping about would start happening in my life. So I was almost cursing myself through the words I used in the recording, and then listening to it and downloading it to attract that situation into my life. So 2 months later, when I went and listened to the music, I was like, what the fuck? All of this stuff is now happening in my life. And from that day on, I was curious, like, what caused that? But then I realized music is not just going through our ears, but it's actually downloading into our mind. Yes, our mind downloads things. And you can also record your own song, or just record something. Like even this recording that I'm recording now, talking to you guys, when I go back and watch it, I'm downloading what I said to attract it more and more. So you can literally attract things if you know this you can just record something and don't say, "I want money," for example. If you really want money, say, "I have money," and then your subconscious mind will listen to that and perceive it as already happening. And it's the same with words, but there's something about recordings that tend to make it much more powerful. So the recordings affect us at a subconscious level, where the thoughts affect us at a conscious level as well. And the music we listen to can actually control our thoughts. So all of these things we're thinking after listening to a bunch of negative music, or even positive music, they're not always us. It's other things. It's other people. And this is how Hollywood controls people. It's mind control, and they use it through their music. So be careful who you're listening to, and really question if these people are really who they are, or if they're just trying to make you the way they portray themselves. If they were just paid to start making other people behave this way at a subconscious level. So always be careful of that type of stuff. And if you want to attract things, words and music are the most powerful things. And then the next thing would be visuals. Visuals are also powerful because our mind isn't just downloading what it hears, but it's also downloading what it sees to attract more and more. So pretty much every one of our senses is downloading, but the main ones, the strong ones, are hearing and visuals. And this is also how negativity can spread on top of this, because if someone is being negative to you, your subconscious mind's also downloading that, and then you instantly pick up on that energy. Another good thing is imagination. Imagination is very, very powerful as well. And a big reason why imagination is so powerful, well, when we're in the astral planes, which is the main world, also in ancient Egypt they talked about, I think they talked about how our dream world is actually the real world, and this is just a add-on, a temporary add-on to test ourselves in confusion. So basically, when we're in the astral planes, whether it's before our life or after our life or when we're dreaming, it's our natural state to manifest. It's our natural state. Magic is our natural state. Whatever we think of happens instantly. The only difference is we sign up to come into this incarnation, and we know that we're going to be confused when we're born, and that we're going to be taught that all these things aren't actually true. So we go to school and we're taught magic isn't real, miracles don't happen, all these things. But in reality, they do happen. They really do happen. Our natural energy state is to manifest. The only reason we aren't, miracles aren't happening in our life, and all these things we want to happen aren't actually happening, is simply because we were taught that they're not. So instead of putting our focus on our energy, we put our focus on these things we were taught. So we just have to understand that we knew when we were coming to this planet that we were going to be taught all of these things that aren't true. And we came here specifically to remember that it's basically just a little challenge, a secondary challenge, an add-on. And whether you know it or not, we're actually returning to that state every single night. When we sleep, we're actually returning to our home. So that's just something to keep in mind. And yeah, imagination's powerful. When you think of something in a dream, it happens instantly. You can do that here. The only difference is you have to get through the things we were taught. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, let me know. If you want to hear about anything else, also let me know. So, I'm Four Full Moons, your light in the darkest time, or your light in the lightest time. It's up to you. See you in another video.